The history of military dictatorship in Myanmar, formerly Burma, is extensive, dominating the country's politics for much of its post-independence era. The history can be broken down into three main periods of direct or indirect military control. 1. The Ne Win era, 1962 to 1988. The first coup, 1962. The military's long-term dictatorship began on March 2, 1962, when General Ne Win staged a bloodless coup d'état, overthrowing the democratically elected government of Prime Minister U Nu. The Revolutionary Council and BSPP Ne Win established the Union Revolutionary Council, later replaced by the Burma Socialist Programme Party or BSPP, and launched a policy called the Burmese Way to Socialism. This policy involved nationalizing the economy, which led to decades of economic isolation and stagnation. One-party state under Ne Win's rule, Myanmar became a one-party socialist state, characterized by extreme isolationism and repression of dissent. 2. The SLORC-SPDC era, 1988 to 2011. The 8,888 uprising, 1988. Widespread pro-democracy protests erupted nationwide, primarily due to economic mismanagement and repression. The military brutally suppressed the protests, killing thousands. General Ne Win resigned from the BSPP leadership, but the military retained power. SLORC and SPDC. The military leadership formed the State Law and Order Restoration Council, SLORC, which later renamed itself the State Peace and Development Council, SPDC, in 1997. 1990 election nullified. The SPDC allowed a general election in 1990, but when the opposition party, the National League for Democracy, NLD, led by Aung San Suu Kyi, won by a landslide, the military refused to cede power and instead placed Aung San Suu Kyi under house arrest. The military remained the supreme governing authority. 3. The quasi-civilian transition, 2011 to 2021. Roadmap to democracy. In the late 2000s, the SPDC orchestrated a roadmap to disciplined democracy, which resulted in the 2008 constitution. This constitution reserved significant power for the military, including control over key ministries and a guaranteed 25% of parliamentary seats. Transition to USDP. Following controversial elections in 2010, boycotted by the NLD, the SPDC was officially dissolved, and a nominally civilian government was sworn in under the military-backed Union Solidarity and Development Party, USDP, led by former General Thein Sein. NLD government. In 2015, the NLD, led by Aung San Suu Kyi, won a historic landslide victory, leading the first genuinely elected civilian government in over 5 decades. However, the military retained its constitutional power and influence. 4. The current junta, 2021. Present. The 2021 coup. On February 1, 2021, the military, under the leadership of Commander-in-Chief Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, seized power again, claiming widespread fraud in the 2020 election, which the NLD had won overwhelmingly. State Administration Council, SAC. The military established a new governing body, the State Administration Council, SAC, and declared a state of emergency. This marked the return to full military dictatorship and has led to mass protests, a brutal crackdown, and a large-scale civil war. Current dictator Senior General Min Aung Hlaing continues to be the head of the junta and the de facto leader of the country.